Welcome to 2330 Hockley Creek, just south of Gainesville. This is a multi-generational dream home. There are two residences. The main one's about 3,200 square feet. Can't wait to show you around. It has a media room, a game room, a bonus room. All the rooms has been recently updated, so you're gonna love that. The second residence is 2-bedroom, 1 bath, about 1,300 square feet. It has its own, it's close enough obviously to be convenient, it's on the property, but it gives you tons of privacy. There's a pool, there's mature trees, there's 2 stocked tanks. I know I'm overselling it, but you won't believe this house. I can't wait to show it to you. Oh, there's also two chicken coops that you will not believe that are just super cool. Also, I got a secret surprise for you at some point during the video. And stick around to the end, I got a bonus for you as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Lindsey, your property geek. I am a local realtor here in DFW with the Smith team, brokered by eXp Realty. And if you get any value out of this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. I would appreciate that immensely. And if you have any questions of going through this house tour or any standout features I'd love to hear about them, so please hit me up in the comments. I'll be sure to answer and look through and answer every single question I can. There will also be some links in the description if you get curious about the floor plan, any pictures, more details about the property. There will be a link for the property details in the description as well. So before I get in there and show you around the house and the pool and all the nice stuff there, I promise I'll get to those amazing chicken coops. I want to talk to you a little bit more about the location. Why this location out here just south of Gainesville, it checks so many boxes and is that perfect location for anyone who wants a little bit more land, a multi-generational property so that they can bring in family. And later in the video, as we get towards the end here, I'm going to break down the affordability and actually go through payments, things like that, and why this multi-generational property is perfect to bring in extra family and help you lower your payments and get a much nicer place than you could probably afford on your own. So thanks, and without further ado, let's dive into the location highlights. This house is located in Valley View, Texas, which is right outside of Gainesville and about 30 minutes north of Denton. You're not far from the Oklahoma border or WinStar, which is about 35 minutes away. You just have some money burning a hole in your pocket. Your closest stores are about 10 miles north of here, where you'll find most of the shopping and dining you need. There's Home Depot, a Super Walmart, plenty of restaurants. Or you could head south for about another 30 minutes back to Denton, home of the University of North Texas and TWU, Texas Women's University. Denton also has everything else you may need in the form of entertainment, shopping, and dining that Gainesville does not have. For the days you get tired of your own pool, want a day on the lake, or maybe you just love to fish, you're only about 15 minutes from Lake Ray Roberts, about 45 minutes from Lake Texoma, and about an hour from Lake Murray State Park in Oklahoma. However, once you're home on your very own 7 acres, I'm not sure why you would leave unless you're stocking up for your next barbecue. So that tells you a lot about the location and why this could be such a great property, because you're close to a lot of things, but you're not really in the middle of anything. So there's no road noise, there's no sound pollution, and barely any traffic out here. Great location. Welcome inside. Before I show you around downstairs with all the bedrooms, this beautiful kitchen that's behind the camera that you can't see yet, let me take you upstairs. I want to show you the media room, the bonus room, the office, this amazing upstairs area where you get to live, work, and play. So when you get to the top of the stairs and you catch your breath, you get to this little landing right here where you got your thermostat, and behind the camera, we'll show you in a second, is the media room and the office. Now obviously you got a full bathroom right here. Show you that here in a second too. And then off to the side here, which we'll get to, is the bonus room, which really could be a bedroom, but we can't call it that because there's no windows. So, and not many people want a bedroom without a window, but it's big enough to be a bedroom. And there's this really cool little bonus closet area off to the side that I can't wait to show you. So now I'm behind the camera and you can see the thermostat, and then here's that bathroom I was telling you about. So just like the other bathrooms you're gonna see downstairs, has been updated with more modern fixtures and amenities. Very nice look and feel. And then you have this bonus room right here. Now there's no closet per se directly, but we have this cool little bonus area back here. And I've seen things where, and we'll get in here in a second, but where people will put a wardrobe or something in front of this and keep the door in the back and have it be like a little Narnia room, which I think is super cool. It's this nice little play area that I think kids would love to have, this more confined room that has a more closed-in feel, but very, very cool area for a child, or heck, even an adult that just wants to sit and read by themselves. This nice little window here. Very, very cool little area. All right, now that we have seen all of this side of the upstairs, let's move back over. Back through the landing, by stairs, and over to the media room. This has already been painted a darker color for you, so when the lights go out, it's even darker. It's a better enjoyment of the movie experience. You have this nice screen in front. It's already wired for surround sound, and you have these cool dimmable lights already installed. Look at that nice projector up there. All it would take is a few blinds, and this would even be good even through the day. And on the other side here, you have this nice office area. Now, ceilings are a little lower in here, so unless you're really tall, which I don't have that problem, but if you're really tall, this might be a little bit low for you. However, as a child's study, play area, whatever, it works really well. And then on the other side here, another little nook with some, great place for some more seating, or nice little sitting study area as well. Now that we're through, let's go back through the media room. We will head downstairs and show you this beautiful master bedroom and kitchen. All right, we're going to walk through and show you the kitchen next. Here in the kitchen now, and I want to point out that the granite here has been upgraded from the original design. And one of my favorite things about this kitchen, now that I'm standing here, is how big it is. Now, it is part of this larger overall room, so I think when you first walk in, it doesn't seem like too large of an area, but there's plenty of room here for more than one person to move around. I know a lot of kitchen designs, even when they have a nice big island like this place does, there's still not enough room to move in between the island and the counters. You're bumping into people, things like that. Not the case here. You got plenty of room behind you, in front of you, to the sides, because of this nice big open area behind that I'm standing in for cooking and moving around and things like that. All right, now that we're done with the kitchen, the master bedroom's right that way. Before we get there, let's turn around, go past the dining area, and back over to the secondary room area. So as we walk back through here, we're gonna pass the utility room. Plenty of space for washer, dryer, and leading out to the garage here. Attached two-car garage, nice big closet there. You see me in the reflection. I love mirrors that look straight into the door. And this nice big secondary bathroom. So double vanity in the secondary bathroom. Nice upgraded shower head with second faucet on there. Great to also bathe dogs if you have one, you want to bathe inside. Moving back out into this little area with the two bedrooms right here. These are nice big rooms, nice big feels to them. And huge walk-in closets. Turn that on so you can see. Yeah, wait till you see the primary bedroom closet. It's even bigger than this. So each room has these nice fans. And obviously great views outside because of the acreage that you have here. So another nice big room. I think this one is even bigger than the last one. It feels bigger at least, a little wider. And another huge closet. And from here, we will move back across the kitchen, dining, living area, big open area, straight over to the primary bedroom. In the primary bedroom, this is a nice big room, plenty of room for a king-size bed and plenty of furniture, maybe even a little sitting area off to the side if you want. Off to the left as you walk in is a door to the back patio, so you have direct access to the back patio. And behind me, you have a door to the primary bathroom. Let's go take a look at that beautiful bathroom and that huge closet. So the primary bathroom, as you move through it, is tile. Two separate vanities, obviously a door to that big closet I'll show you in a second. Nice window to the outside. You'd probably want to put some blinds on that before using the bathroom. And then this big, beautiful tub that is jetted. And who doesn't love a nice fancy chandelier with their tub? Makes, bathing and have a little wine and cheese or a nice little dip, a little bit even fancier. Nice big shower behind that door, and then we'll move over to the master or the primary closet. This thing is huge, so as you come in, you can turn off to the right. Lots of space over here, and then back over to the left, and you have even more space. So it's almost like a his and hers that is divided, not with a wall, but this nice little separation here. I mean, it could also be hers, and just, I see one little rack, maybe his, but nice, huge primary closet. Okay, you've seen the house, the primary house that is. Upstairs has a bunch of areas that are fun to play in and live in and work in. Downstairs you have your bedrooms, this nice big primary bathroom with this huge closet behind me. Now let's show you something even cooler, the patio and pool area. Welcome to this beautiful patio. Let me flip you around. So as you come out here to the left, you have direct access to the garage from there, and this nice big built-in TV cabinet. And of course, the pool. Who doesn't love that? Beautiful tile work on the side. You can see the spa going with a little fountain. And then a built-in grill area with this nice little handy sink right here. Plenty of room here to, if you don't want to use this, to maybe customize it for a flat top or something else you might want, but I love having this built-in grill area. Plus, as you walk over here to the side, this great little sitting area, or you could turn this into a little extra room for maybe a smoker or something else you might want to cook with. And over here, even just a little bit past this, you have a built-in little shower area to rinse off, maybe before you get in the pool, maybe after. Because I don't know about you, but if I have a pool and I'm out doing yard work, getting sweaty, I'm probably going to jump in the pool, but it's also a good idea maybe to rinse off first before you jump on in. Let's take a closer look at this pool though, because right as you get up here, you have this nice little, you have these steps with this nice little maybe tanning ledge, sitting area. Of course, as you move around, you got the spa here, which I'm sure is a fantastic treat in the winter. If you still want to get out here, maybe get a little warm in the summer. I doubt you would, but soothe those aching muscles maybe, get a nice little spa trip. There is beautiful foliage and greenery all the way around the pool, making this a very peaceful, beautiful place to come and swim and enjoy yourself. As I stand here at the edge looking into the patio, you get a feel for just how big this covered area is. Nice big space for shade, to sit, enjoy yourself, a couple fans. So even in the dead of summer, you are not getting too hot out here. So now as I move back through again, I'm going to pan the camera up a little bit, and now you get a view of the second residence. So you can see that it is, while it is very close and easy to get to, it's not like it's on the other side of the 7 acres. It also is far enough away that you have privacy. So you're not going to really be bumping into each other in the kitchen every morning, unless you want to. Or you watch TV, whatever you want. You get to have separate private lives while still enjoying proximity to be together whenever you possibly want. And as we move closer to there, here's the surprise I talked about earlier in the video. Now we're not going to go down in there, but you have a storm shelter below ground. So here in Texas, we do have some pretty nasty weather in the springtime and occasionally in the fall. So if a tornado siren goes off, you have a safe place to go and protect the whole family down here. So from here, let's move on into the second residence. All right, now that we are inside the second residence, I wanted to point out a few nice features here. So this is done really in the same style as the primary house. You have this nice big dining living area. The kitchen is even a similar shape. Obviously it's a little bit smaller, but you have this nice big island along with some new granite countertops and some nice hardware on these cabinets. I love the little Texas star on here. If I spin back around across the dining area, there's the door to this residence's own garage. It is 2 bedrooms, 1 full bath, and about 1,300 square feet. So I'll show you this primary bedroom over here in a second, but here is the nice big bathroom. So there's tons of space in this bathroom, as you can see. It has also been updated. Now, I don't know if it's officially ADA compliant or not, but there's a lot of space in here. So I would assume if you need a walker or wheelchair or anything else for assistance in here, that it would fit. Obviously, the bathtub has been retrofitted with ADA compliant handles. So if you need some assistance, this should hopefully be able to accommodate you. This is also a nice big room. It's not huge, but it's longer than it is wide. And you do have this nice big closet here. So perfect, I would say, for a guest area. So if you are using this as a multi-generational second residence, there's a guest room for a second set of grandkids or other family members to come stay, or even some friends from out of town possibly. Now, this room is much bigger, and I would consider it more of the primary of this secondary residence. And it even has an even bigger walk-in closet in here. So tons of room in this closet as you're looking around. The rooms here all have those ceiling fans again. So very well done, very well maintained house and second residence. Now that you've seen the interior of the second residence, I think you can agree that this is a multi-generational dream property. 2 residences that are on the same plot of land, 7 acres, plenty of space. You got a pool in between you. I'm not sure what else you could want, but I want to show you another really cool feature of the second residence that I haven't yet. Let me take you outside to show you. So first off, you have this nice covered patio. It's not huge, but you also still already have the pool area and everything else you could go lounge at, but it is enough to put like a few chairs on and come out and enjoy the day. You can hear all the cicadas behind me. You have this nice little area right here, and it is all completely fenced in. I think I really wanted to show you was this, you have this nice private drive. You can see those chicken coops in the back. We'll take a better look here in a second. But this nice private drive that comes all the way around the property to the back, so you have your own driveway leading up to your garage back over here. And a nice view, so you can see as I come around the house, there's the house there behind you, the main residence with the pool and everything. And you can see again how close you are, but still have plenty of privacy. That was most of the property. There's a whole 7 acres out here to explore and enjoy. So I would definitely encourage you to come out and see it. But here's a few other highlights that I didn't get to show you in person, but I want to show you and talk to you a little bit about. So first off, there's 2 tanks. Both of them are stocked with crappie and bass. So if you like to fish, don't want to drive all the way up the lake, you have 2 stocked tanks right on your property. And even through the droughts, I've been told those have never gone dry. They are rain fed, so it's possible, but from the sound of it, it is unlikely. There's also a 27 by 21 shop. It has a standard door and a big roll-up door, and it is also drive-through. It has electricity run to it, and so not only do you have this nice big property, you have 2 residences, now you also have a nice shop, in addition to your 2 garages for storage, a workshop, pretty much everything you're gonna need on this property. I've also been told that there is fiber optic at the street, not run to the house yet, but it is available if you would like to have that run to your house for the fastest, best internet possible. There's also a well dug on the property, 400 foot deep, so you should never run out of accessible water. The whole property is also fenced, so if you want livestock or have any pets, you don't have to worry about them getting out. And behind me, as you can see, these 2 awesome chicken coops. These were hand built by the current owner. They are built to last. They apparently never had to replace any of the shingles on these things. They are custom built and beautiful. I love these. So not only do you get this nice big area, I mean, even if you don't actually have chickens, which, I mean, why wouldn't you with these big, beautiful coops? But you could probably turn them into dog houses or some other structure built for other animals possibly. But with these 2 big beautiful coops, why not even just have chickens so you can have all those free eggs and skip the grocery store and not pay the premium prices on those. All right, so now you've got a good look at the property. You've seen everything out here there is to see. Come on back to me to my office where I'm gonna break down the affordability, what your payments could look like possibly, and show you a little bit more about the details and the financials behind the purchase. I'll see you there. Hey, welcome back to my office. We're going to go over the comps and the financial information regarding 2330 Hockley Creek. So hopefully you're in and you're interested in this property if you're watching this far into the video. So let's go ahead and show you why this is such a good deal for Well, anyone looking in this price range really, but also definitely for multi-generational use. So first off, this is the comp area. So the little red dot is the subject property, Hockley Creek. And you can see this big circle here. When you get into this size of property in outside city limits, really, or outside, I won't say city limits, but like main where the suburbs are, you kind of have to go a little bit farther out to find comps. But I have a decent number of comps here. If I click the results page, you can see, this, you can pause the screen here, whatever, but original list prices versus current prices, which are the sold prices, days on market are over here. And there's really two areas I want to look at, but I want to go to a little bit more digestible section here. I just wanted to show you real quick all the comps that I have. So on this page, I have a lot of different things I can show you. First, I want to step into the comps. And here we can get a brief look. I'm not going to go through every single one, that would take forever. And this isn't a listing appointment, that's what I do there. But you can see that some of these are right on the lake, and there's other little nuances to some of these properties. As I scroll over, there's a few closed, and then there's a few that are still active on the market, so there'd be their competition. 1.5 million, 1.1, 880,000, not bad, but it's 21% smaller. And we're not going to dive into the details on most of this. What we really want here are the numbers. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to go ahead and select average pricing. But what you can see here are two different sections. So when I look at the closed comparable properties, meaning things that are very similar in size. So all of these have at least 5 acres and no more than 9, while Hockley Creek is 7. So pretty similar in land, and most of these have a lot more or similar square footage. But what you can see here is the average here is $1.1 million. The minimum though is $995. Hockley Creek is currently at $999, so it's just above the minimum. And if I actually click this one here, when we just looked at, this home is smaller. It has fewer bedrooms, fewer bathrooms. I bet if we took a quick look at the pictures, there's only one residence on the property. Beautiful, no doubt. It's very nice. You might even say the style is a little bit more upgraded than Hockley Creek, even though Hockley Creek has some excellent amenities to it. There's a few extra features here. You can see an upstairs. I don't see anything about a pool. So there's no pool, no second residence. I mean, it's beautiful, no doubt. And then lot size, 217,000. So that's roughly a little over 5 acres. That's square footage, by the way. So when you look at this, beautiful property, but you have smaller house, no second residence. So when you're really comparing house to house, maybe that's a better deal, but with no pool, no second residence, less land. So you look at that and you think, okay, man, if that one sold for $995, then Hockley Creek at $999 really seems like a deal. Because even if you love the extra amenities in this one, okay, you buy Hockley Creek, you put $30,000 or $40,000 into it and fix it up how you want it, and you still have a better deal than this right here. So the other one real close to it is 1.02 million, and the other one 1.3 million. Obviously, Hockley Creek is right in the realm of the sold property. When you look at the active properties down below, active contingent 1.5. Again, I'm not going to dive too deep into that. But active properties, the average is 989, the high 1.1 million, the low is 881,000. So you can see that Hockley Creek is right above the average for what is currently listed. Now, without diving too deep into these, I can tell you very few of them have a second residence, and not even all of them, just like we saw up above, even have a pool. So if you really want the total package, that's Hockley Creek. It has everything for a multi-generational setup. Now, if you're buying just for yourself with no plans to move the in-laws in, maybe you just want to do a homestead type deal or just have your own place with nowhere else for someone to come, then some of these others might be better for you. If that's the case, hit me up. If you want to see any of these others or just get more details, let me know. However, if Hockley Creek is the one you're looking for, or let me say it again, if a multi-generational setup is what you're looking for, it's the total package. So we're going to come back here. I'm going to go back to... So lastly, one of the things I wanted to show you on this is how Zillow can be very, very wrong. So the sold price on this one was 1.3 million. The estimate was 1.5, a 15.6% difference. Now these were a little closer, not bad, 1.7% off, so I'll give them credit for that. Total here, or the average I would say, is 6% off though. When you're dealing with this amount of money, that's a pretty good difference. Now when you look at these guys, what we're looking at between list price and Zestimate though, average 5.6% difference. So Zillow will get you, we'll just say between 5 and 10% off, which will get you in a ballpark, which is good, but you should never trust it for the actual value that you want to list your house at or what it'll even close at, because you just don't know. So let's move over and look at the financing and the affordability for Hockley Creek. So before I get into this though, quick disclaimer, as I have to do for all of these segments, is that I'm going to make some assumptions about interest rates, mortgage, things like that. However, what you qualify for may actually be different, better, or worse. So these numbers will change. These are estimates only, and you need to talk to a certified or licensed mortgage loan officer, mortgage originator to find out what you would qualify for. And if you don't have one of those right now, send me a message. I work with a few excellent mortgage lenders who are also mortgage strategists and can really help you determine the best course of action, because sometimes the largest possible down payment is not your best option. There's other ways to structure these things. So anyway, all that being said, let's dive into the numbers of affordability real quick. All right, so looking at this now, I've made a few assumptions here. So in Texas, and this isn't true across the country, but in Texas, this house would qualify or have to use a jumbo loan. I believe the limit is somewhere around $660,000 right now, all over Texas. So unless you put a lot of money down, which you could, it would really have to be a jumbo loan. It might even be better. So that's where you need to really talk to a mortgage strategist to see cash, your available cash versus that, because jumbo loans typically come with a little bit higher interest rate. So this interest rate is at 7.25%, whereas conventional at the moment is like 6.75, 6.6, somewhere in that range at the moment. So it might be better to put a higher down payment. And you might think to yourself, man, well, I'm already bringing where is it on here? Almost a $200,000 down payment. Let's highlight that real quick. 199.8. So how can I afford more? Well, this is the great thing about multi-generational. So I've recently talked to a realtor who told me about one of their clients who was buying a similar property. It had a second residence on it, and of course the house was very nice, very big, but very expensive. Well, in order to make it work, and the grandparents were so excited to move in and have family close, they sold their house. They did a joint loan, and they sold their house and used the equity from their house as a down payment on the new one. So the younger generation got to move in with zero out of pocket. The older generation took care of that, and they're splitting everything else. They're splitting all the monthly payments, the utilities, and all of that. But that helped to bring that monthly payment down significantly. So I know not everyone's in that situation. However, if you are, and there's a way to pool money or sell one or two houses, each of you have a house at the moment. You sell those and you move in together. Well, all the equity from those other houses is what really goes towards the down payment here. And that can be as much or as little as you want. And again, I would talk to a mortgage strategist about what the smart move there is, because right now every $10,000 is about, every $10,000 financed is about $60 a month. So when you think about that, if you have a $60,000 truck or car, that might be $700-800 a month, whereas that is only about $300 to $400 in mortgage. So by financing less and maybe paying off some of your other debts, you could actually dramatically increase your cash flow every month. Just something to think about here as you're looking at this. Currently, this is 20% down, 7.25% interest. So you're bringing to close $227. Your monthly payment is $7,176. So to me right now, that looks like, I could not afford that, right? But if you cut that in half, and now that is only $3,500 to $3,600, well, that's still not great for me personally, but for a lot of people in a lot of the houses that I'm selling at the moment, that's not a crazy payment if you split that in half. Now, take that and you pay even more down to get under that jumbo limit, and you, in fact, let's run that calculation real quick. Okay, so if you are in a position to have family members help out, or if you're selling 2 homes to combine into one with the multi-generational experience, let's take a look at what that could look like payment-wise. Here you see, if you do a 40% down payment instead of 20%, yeah, you're bringing $400,000 to close, but if you're selling 2 houses to get to that, maybe that's affordable for you. Maybe hopefully you've had a lot of equity in your homes, or at least the grandparents do, the second generation moving in with you. So you have to bring in to close now $424,000, but your monthly payment, because of the drop in interest rate and obviously just less finance, it's a much bigger down payment. Payment's only $5,600 a month. And that becomes a lot more affordable, especially if you're splitting that somehow. But if you're splitting it right down the middle, that's only $2,800 a piece. So think about $2,800 monthly payment split. Obviously two people are paying it, but you're getting this beautiful property with 2 residences, the pool, 7 acres, low taxes, you're no road noise, you're out in the country. This is a fantastic opportunity to bring those generations and bring the family together and really have a property that you can enjoy for a long time at a very affordable rate when you approach it correctly. So I know I keep saying it's affordable when it's $1 million property, but it's really because you're combining 2 generations together to get here. Now, if you don't have that second generation, obviously it's going to be a little bit less affordable, but I would expect people looking at $1 million property, hopefully, to understand this already and know going in that your payment's going to be somewhere between $5,000 to $8,000, depending on how much you put down, what you qualify for. Because, back to my previous disclaimer, you may qualify for better or worse rates depending on your current situation. So thank you, and we'll head back out to the property to wrap things up. Thank you for going through this tour with me. Here are my final thoughts on this property. This property is basically the perfect property for a multi-generational family, someone who wants to move in some in-laws, things like that. Now, could you use this for a different style? Yeah, of course. You could just live here yourself and have a nice guest house for when people visit, family, friends. This is also a fantastic homesteader property. In fact, my team lead, Jeremy Smith, is doing a video of the same property on that topic explicitly. I'll throw a little link to his video right here for a card so you can watch that and see his take on the property, a little bit different than mine. But I still think if you are looking for a place where you need a multi-generational setup and move in the in-laws, or your parents or whoever, the grandparents move in, this is a perfect place. It's unincorporated, there's no city taxes. You have a very low, like 1.39-ish tax rate. So very low taxes out here, even on 7 acres in this big, beautiful property. You're splitting the bill. So even though the property is $1 million, and I realize that's not cheap, you can hopefully get that to be more affordable by sharing that cost with the second generation that is moving in with you. So all that to be said is there's a lot of upside to this property. If you're even considering a property like this, it might be well worth your time to come on out here and take a look, because doing a setup like this further into DFW and say Southlake or Hazlitt or Keller could run you the same amount for a lot less property, or for the same style or larger property, much, much more. So you're getting a very big value for what you're getting out here. All in all, this is a fantastic setup, and I would encourage you to come on out and take a showing. My feedback from the sellers, everyone that's come out and seen it, has absolutely fallen in love with it. So I would encourage you to do so. Contact your realtor today to set up a showing. If you don't have a realtor and you would still like to come on out and see it, there is a link down in the description here to set up a showing time with me personally. I'll bring you on out here and we'll take a look around and see if this is the right place for you. Thanks, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.